This is a true story. They were trapped on a floating sheet of ice, just a few meters away from land. There was no time to think. The man picked up Togo, held him close, and whispered, "I'm sorry." Then, with all his strength, he threw Togo across the gap. Togo, being incredibly smart, landed safely and immediately started pulling with all his might. The other dogs barked wildly behind him, cheering him on. Togo clenched his teeth, pushed forward with everything he had, completely forgetting that he was no longer young. Slowly, the ice started to move. Togo, all on his own, managed to pull the entire ice sheet to the shore. Once they were safe, the man hugged Togo tightly. He had no words to express how thankful he was for this old companion. They arrived at the next checkpoint, where the man finally got a short break to rest and recover. But Togo wasn't so lucky. The station master's wife, who knew sled dogs well, took one look at Togo and began to cry. She knew he was dying. Togo's aging body, combined with the extreme effort he'd pushed through, had left him dangerously weak, but there was no time to stop. The children they were trying to save couldn't wait. The next morning, the man prepared to leave again. He wanted Togo to ride on the sled and rest, but Togo refused. Stubborn as ever, he pushed his way back to the front, back to the lead position. He was determined to guide them home. The storm grew worse. The man could barely see where he was going. At this point, everything depended on Togo. The man stopped, walked up to him, and said, "I can't see a thing. I can't help you. Old friend, get us home. I know you can do it. We're counting on you." The sky got darker. The snow came down harder. Eventually, the man passed out on the sled. When he woke up, the sled had stopped. That was bad. If they stopped, the snow would soon bury them. He rushed to the front of the team. Togo had collapsed, completely out of energy, barely breathing. The man thought it was over. Not only would the children go without help, but they might all die out here. Just then, a faint light flashed behind him. It turned out, Togo had already brought them all the way to their destination.